Okay, so story time. I just went into this whole story and realized I didn't even record. I'm not going to show my face, but anyway. I found out my kids are 7, they're twins, and they know how to Google, and they Googled me. So, just to explain myself, I was left from a previous relationship by my kid. I have 2 older kids, by their father. And so for 11 to 12 years, I was on assistance, and I was just doing what I could. Like, I even did some boosting. So I caught like some theft charges. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I did what I had to do. Like, if they needed school supplies and I didn't have the money, it's wrong, I know. And I thought that the stores, like, the stuff was insured, so it was okay. So I got in trouble, and so I stopped all that. And anyway, luckily I didn't get into like selling drugs or anything, or prostitution, because that would have been worse. But so anyway, so here about a few years ago, I went missing. It was horrible. My friend owns like 45 acres of Millstone, or on Millstone, and so I take a left when I'm supposed to take a right, and I end up in Cumberland County, bumfucked Egypt. Like, the first 5 minutes, I think I'm walking to this lake to get these people to help me where my car's stuck. I had my mom's old Volvo, and I had it stuck. So I'm thinking, these people are going to help me. Well, once I got down into the woods, I was lost. And I had on some boots that I had like gotten from Walmart probably 5 years before that. They got wet. It turns out they're made of like cardboard. They fell apart. They fell off my feet. So like 3 days later, I'm walking out of the woods, scratched from head to the bottom of my feet with thorns in me, looking like Jesus Christ himself, all bloodied up. It's horrible. And in Crossville, Tennessee. And I had the flu when I left, so I was just like feeling rough when I left there. And like, they're on the mountain, they got nothing better to do, and I knew better than to go up there because it's drama every fucking time. But anyway, sorry if the kids are watching this every time. So anyway, I'm up there, I get lost, I'm there for 3 days. I walk out in some clothes I borrowed because I had fell into a like 8-foot well, following water downstream to civilization, walking even at night. I fell into an 8-foot well and like clawed and crawled my way belly down out of it, and it was absolutely horrible. So yeah, my kids Googled me and they found that crap. So I'm having to explain to them, and I'm just like, I've already been through it with my nephew, and he is, oh gosh, he's so mean. He's my favorite nephew because he's mean. The meanest ones of my nieces and nephews are my favorites. Now with my kids, it's the other way around. But anyway, so his favorite story, and I just go ahead and tell him, is I found some snake eggs, and I thought they were regular eggs, and I bust them open, and some little baby snakes crawled out. Well, I was planning on just drinking the eggs. Like, I thought they were younger than what they were, and I was just going to drink them and then go get some creek water. And that's not what ended up happening. Like, I'm eating nuts and berries and crap because, like, I'm out in the woods for 3 days and I'm starving. So I'm eating, like, nuts and berries and things and having a few hallucinations. I'm not going to lie. Like, I've always had fever dreams my whole life. And I know I had a fever when I left there. So I'm having fever dreams out there for 3 days, and I end up walking out with maxi pads on my feet because the woman had no shoes. When I hit civilization, I come up in the backyard on these people, and I scared the hell out of them. And she even made like, just like an art teacher. She made like gory masks for a living, and I scared the shit out of her. So I come up like on their property, following water and the creek and everything that goes through their property. She had no shoes to fit me, and her son had a warrant. And I don't know, I hope no one pieces two and two together from her rowdy meth cooking son to her being a school teacher and figures it out in their hometown, but it was in Crossville. I'm not saying her name, but she gave me some stuff, and I just put maxi pads on my feet. She gave me like a Mountain Dew and a cigarette and some clothes, and we went through a bag, and she gave me some maxi pads. She thought, please don't tell the cops where you've been. So I walked down this gravel driveway, and I can barely walk, and I'm walking in maxi pads, and I'm like falling all over the place, and my mind's still fuzzy. So I get to the gas station, and I'm probably talking crazy, scaring people even more. And so they put me in this hospital, and that place was all right. I'm not gonna lie. Treatments are good, I loved that place. But unfortunately, they didn't keep me very long. So I go back home, and come to find out, I have a broken arm, and the mental hospital knew it, but they didn't want to treat it because if they put a cast on me, I could hit other patients with my cast. And I found out all kinds of wonderful things in my report. So, yeah, it was a bad time. And the scratches finally healed, and the bones healed, and I didn't even know I had broken bones. Broken bones don't hurt like people say. It didn't hurt. It was my arm here, where that scar is from getting too close to a hot Harley. It was just right in that area. It was just broken in half. And I don't know if you can see it. So, but yeah, like when it rains, it gets sore when it's starting to rain, and everybody in Tennessee always says that you can tell by that, like when it's starting to rain, if you've ever had a broken bone, and it does start to hurt. And then I remember which one was broken, and it's the weirdest thing. But yeah, that's my story. That's what happened to me. I got lost in the woods for 3 days, tripping on the flu. So, wasn't great, heat-censored helicopters couldn't find me. No one could find me. There were search parties looking for me like crazy. And I just walked 7 miles barefoot to a house where they had meth lab warrants. And so I walked from there. I think I even stayed the night there on their porch. So I might have been only missing 2 days. 7 miles, about 2 days. That sounds about right. In brush and thickets like I was in. But, yeah. Fun. But at least I got an interesting story out of it. Or I think it's somewhat interesting. I'll tell y'all sometime about the hallucinations and like I was seeing like some gory stuff. And then to like pop up on her property, and she makes some gory costumes and stuff. That was pretty awesome. And I have often thought, did her son and his friends tweak out and just, borrow some of her costumes and go out there in the woods with me, and instead of rescuing me, but no, they were hallucinations. But yeah, that's what happened.